Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be discussing the current delistings that have just happened. They've been announced today. Yeah, the delistings has been announced for Collingwood. I'm actually quite shocked about some of these calls and some that I'm not too fussed or surprised about. But yeah, let's get straight into it. So it says here that we've cut 4 players today. I always knew we were going to cut at least 3, 4 players. I wasn't expecting these players though. Um, I'll start with first one, Liam McMahon. I knew straight away that he'd be one of 4, or 1, 3 or 4. My predictions actually for my delistings were Liam McMahon. Um, what's his name? Uh, Guy. He didn't play it all this year. Caleb Porter. I thought he might be delisted. And I also thought we may even see a possible delisting, and it still could happen. Don't get me wrong, it definitely still could happen. Of Tom Wilson, he's pretty useless. Um, Even though he did play, I think, a game or two this season. But yeah, Liam McMahon, I always knew he was going to be delisted, and it hasn't played a game. Can't really get into the side, the big forward. He is young though, he's still learning, and now he's going to have to try and find a new home if he can. I doubt he'll be able to though. Liam McMahon is gone. And I'll get to the next one that isn't so big, but I wasn't expecting him to be delisted. Isaac Chug, the small defender who made his debut against GWS this season, played only the 1 game, couldn't get back into the side, and yeah, very very interesting. That he got delisted. I reckon we probably should have given him a second chance for next year. That's very very interesting. I think he was drafted in the mid-season draft last year. Um, so obviously that's a huge blow, and of course McMahon was drafted in 2020 with pick 31. That's a huge pick. Certainly you never got a game. He does have some talent though. But it just hurts to see these 2 next names, because why would you delist them? Callum and Tyler Brown, younger brothers of Gavin. It's Cooko's favourite player, and he doesn't even, well, he does like Collingwood, but he doesn't even support Collingwood. Callum Brown, Tyler Brown, no, I can't give that one up. They're both valuable players. The names I mentioned, Tom Wilson and Caleb Porter, they deserve to be delisted over these 2. They were possible trade targets, and now they're going to be picked up through free agency because they're delisted. They literally don't even have a home, so they're going to go to a different team for free. And I think Adelaide has been the team that's been after Callum Brown. I'm not too sure about Tyler, but I know he's seeing some interest. I think maybe North Melbourne, maybe some other teams. But yeah, it's just a huge blow. Because Callum Brown, he's been a regular for our side for the last 3-4 years. Except this year. Failed to really get a game. Was medical sub. Played okay against the Swans. But he's really struggled to play. And Tyler Brown played a bit of defence, I think, in recent years. Made his debut round 1 2020. He's been pretty good for us. But delisted. Tyler Brown, I would have given these 2 boys another year or 2. Sure, they haven't lived up to the talent of Gavin, and they never will. Absolutely never will. But I reckon give Callum Brown an extra 2 years. He will develop into something decent. He's pretty decent now, but Tyler Brown, lots of people saying Tyler's better than Callum, and I can see why. But in my opinion, I still don't think Tyler Brown is. But give him another 3 years, he could be. So I don't know why Collingwood have gone out and delisted the Brown brothers, because that's just easy for other teams. They're just going to swoop up on them, and it's just huge. And I'm really going to miss seeing them run out for the Pies. Number 17 will be taken by a different player, and same with number 6. Number 6 will probably be taken by someone like Bobby Hill or something. who won't be able to get his number like 37 or whatever number he wears. And maybe Billy Frampton or something, because he won't be able to get 22. He might be able to get 17, who knows. But yeah, that's very, very unfortunate. And I really hope those two boys have a good future careers, because I know they're going to be picked up by like a VFL side or an AFL side. Whether they get games for next year, who knows. But I reckon they might get picked up in free agency. Hope you enjoyed my video. Just a quick thoughts on today's delistings. Hope you enjoyed the video, and stay tuned for some more content leading up to this year's grand final.